Inter Milan 1, Arsenal 0. A penalty that we're going to discuss. The performance that we're going to discuss. Crossing into the box that we're going to discuss. Set piece FC that we're going to discuss. Corners that we're going to discuss. Over-reliance on Bukayo Saka that we are going to discuss. And the name of my fan cam. Where is our striker? Now, a lot of people are going to be looking at the performance thinking that it was a lot better than it was at Newcastle. My goodness, surely that is more than the bare minimum that we could expect in a Champions League game at the San Siro. I didn't think we were extremely poor tonight. I didn't think that we were great tonight. I certainly didn't believe that we deserved to lose. Didn't think Inter Milan peppered our goal. David Raya didn't have much to do. And the goal they did score was a penalty that, let's be real, if it was in the Premier League, it would never have been given in a million years. But European football is different. Handballs are different. It seems very strange that in the same sport, rules are different in different leagues and in competitions. Very, very bizarre. I don't mind saying that something looks different in tennis or rugby to football, but if you're watching a game of football, the rules should be universal throughout every country and every competition. That's just me. That's my moan over, because I can't moan at anything tonight about Arsenal not scoring goals, because we were really bad again in the final third. I'm not ranting anymore. I'm not angry anymore. The last proper number 9 we signed was in 2018 and his name was Aubameyang. And we haven't gone and signed anyone since him. Now people might rant and rave and say, of course we have. Willian. Trossard. Nope. Jesus. Not a number 9. Kai Havertz. Not a number. Well, he is a number 9 now. Doesn't play there, but he is supposed to be a number 9. And Raheem Sterling, who now, by the way, is below the pecking order of Alexander Zinchenko, Ethan Nwaneri, Gabriel Jesus. Who else come on tonight instead of him? Who else come on in the first half? Someone come on in the first half. I can't even remember now. So, yeah, it's going well. The lastminute.com signing, Raheem Sterling, that everybody said was going to be an excitement, lift us across the line for the Premier League or the Champions League, now isn't trusted by Mikel Arteta, who apparently got the best out of him back in 2019 and 2018. Nah, not for me. Not for me. A lot of people seem to be very rattled when you mention a striker at Arsenal. And they are very deluded when it comes to the fact that we scored the most goals last season, so we don't need a centre forward. Why aren't we scoring now then? What's going on? What's actually happening? Because the striker I want is banging in goals in the Champions League against Manchester City, smashing it in the Portuguese league, scoring goals in every game that he lays his feet on the grass for. And we have got players who literally cannot find the net. Whether it's Saka, whether it's Martinelli, whether it's Havertz, whether it's Jesus, whether it's Trossard, whether it's the players coming on from the bench like the Sterlings of this world, none of them are finding the net. So why is that? Name me a striker / attacker that Mikel Arteta has got the best out of. You can't. And that's a problem going forward. So what that means is that we are so reliant on being defensively resolute and compact that it is affecting our attack now. So, look, performance-wise tonight, individually, I thought Martinelli had improved and was putting some good deliveries into the box. I thought Saka was over-relied upon. The amount of times that they were just looking at him to say, come on in, launch it in, but there's no one in there. Cutting back, launching in, cutting back. He actually got to the stage where he was cutting in and out, and looking for someone to make some form of movement, but there was nothing. The final third is conference level, league level. Getting the ball to the final third is very, very good. Our back line, our midfield, it can get the ball to Saka and Martinelli, but there is nothing at the moment from Trossard or Havertz that's getting me excited. Very, very static football team is how I would describe Arsenal. No mobility, no movement, no athleticism, no electric pace. Very, very slow. Very, very sideways. And that, unfortunately, is where we are at, people. I do not see this getting any better until we start to get personnel into the team. And I said this in the summer, but everybody told me that it's me being negative and that Sterling will come good. Just you watch, he'll be like Havertz. Well, the manager's already given up on him. 10 games in, the manager's already given up on Sterling because he don't bring him on now. So he's now done. So that was a waste of a signing. We've got Jesus coming on and doesn't affect the game. We're now resorting to Zinchenko coming on to win us a game. Wow. Going well, isn't it? 5 years in, a £700 million budget spent. We're set piece FC, crossing the balls in the box, static as fuck. No mobility, no athleticism. But we're just a bit negative and we just need to go down the road and support them down the lane if you're not happy. Come on, people. Wake up. We are an absolute shocking mess at the moment. There is nothing about this team that gets me excited. Even our set piece stink at the moment, and that was the only thing getting us through games. That's not sustainable, is it? Hoping Gabriel gets at the end on something so we can try and stink out a 1-0. The penalty is nothing short of a disgrace, but we've seen them. We saw it against PSG and Manchester United. Was it last year or the year before? We saw it in last year's game. We saw it in last night's game against Sporting Lisbon and Manchester City. That was a shambles. That's not a handball. It's not deliberate. The guy knows nothing about it. He's supposed to chop his arm off or whack it quickly round him so he's like this. Let's just be real. It is a stupid rule and it is ridiculous. But that's not the reason that we weren't good tonight in front of goal. It might be the reason that we changed the game for us or the game plan because defensively tonight they were immense. But you knew where they were going to be. Inter Milan, Kai Havertz had a shot that was an unbelievable tackle. But other than that, apart from a few floated crosses, there weren't much. One cleared off the line from a header from Gabriel, but nothing much to write home about afterwards. Wanyeri with a great bit of skill, dropped the shoulder, turned in beautifully. I would have loved to have seen that fly into the top corner, but unfortunately, at the San Siro, it didn't happen for us tonight. Let's talk about the penalty and the goal they scored. I thought Chalakongu, what's his name? Oh, not Chalakongu. What's his name? Hakan. I called him Hakan. He was the best player on the pitch, in my opinion. Barella come on and was beautiful, but it was never a penalty. Let's just be real. Yeah, let's just be real. It was never a penalty. I don't really believe that I got his name right. I don't think I did. I can't remember his name now. I call him Hakan. I don't know how to pronounce his surname. I thought he was by far the best. Look, it's really unlucky, man. It's really unlucky. He's come up, he's flicked his hand. It's a good penalty. That's 19 out of 9 now that he scored. So I don't believe that we can cry too much about that because it's the letter of the law in the Champions League, and it has to be. I thought they had brilliant defensive displays. Barella was great when he came on. They made good subs. Martinez, Lautaro was very, very good in the first half. His vision and weight of pass was great. Bisek was brilliant at the back. Dumfries was really good, and he hit the bar within the first couple of minutes that shook us. But let's be real, David Raya didn't have much to do. So it's a performance where you look at and think, right, we can get something out of this, can't we? But we can't when we've got nothing in the final third. I don't want to get on the back of Kai Havertz because I do believe that he's a great squad player and contributor to Arsenal. But when you're reliant on him and him only, it's poor. When you're bringing on Jesus and Zinchenko to try and win you a game, it's poor. When you're heavily relying on Saka to whip in crosses and one of them might go in, yeah, you ain't going to win league titles like that. Because that isn't playing Diego Simeone, Jose Mourinho or George Graham football. Because that was a part of their game, not their only thing they had. We have one weapon at the moment, Saka's crosses. And it's either going to hit the defender and go in, hit the striker and go in, or fall to one of our players and scramble in. And if it don't do that, which let's be real, most of the time is pretty lucky anyway, we ain't going to win the game. So we could have still been out there tonight, and we could have been out there tonight against Newcastle at St. James's as well. and we wouldn't have scored. I'm sorry, there's nothing about this team at the moment in front of goal that fills me with confidence. So the last win we had that wasn't against Preston in the cup, which, let's be real, you'd like to think we can win. Our last game we won was against Southampton at the Emirates. Southampton at the Emirates. That was our last win. I am sick and tired of having to watch performances like that in front of goal that are nothing short of a disgrace. So, look, Raya tonight didn't have much to do, played out from the back, although it does fill me with a little bit of nerves. Didn't have much to do. Gabriel and Saliba, a few shaky moments again, but let's be real, nothing that really put us under any form of pressure. Timber was good tonight. I thought defensively he was sound, and I thought he went on mazy runs when needed to. I wasn't massively impressed with Ben White. I thought he was pretty awful at times, actually. I don't think there's enough overlapping it from him at the moment. That's pretty poor. In midfield, Thomas Partey. I mean, give the ball away a couple of times in the first half, but other than that, nah, not much else. Some nice passing, kept it steady. But then we start to dry up. Martinelli and Saka, I've mentioned. I actually thought they were a bit better tonight. They were swinging some balls in. They were trying to make something happen. I saw them looking up at times thinking, got to move, people. Got to help me. They were doubled up on by both of the defence from Inter Milan. And then it dries up. Let me start with the guy who gave the penalty away. Nothing against it. It was unlucky. It hit his arm. But what the hell is he? Can someone tell me what he is? And I don't mean he's a man who plays for Arsenal. I mean, what position is he? What formation is he trying to play? Where is he trying to win battles for us? How is he trying to improve us? Where's he supposed to be upgrading us on? Because at the moment, might as well have kept El Neni. Real talk. I don't see much about Marino's game that gives me Granit Xhaka vibes. I don't see much about his game that tells me that he is an upgrade on Jorginho, Partey and El Neni. There's nothing about his game that tells me that he is going to be the number 8 that we need to be box to box, because he doesn't go forward. He's very, very stationary, and he uses most of his physical presence to just bop people off the park. Well, we might as well have gone and bought Thomas Souček then, because that's the sort of player that I'm seeing at the moment from Mikel Merino. It ain't good enough. Yeah, it ain't good enough. Sorry, it ain't. So his performances need to improve. Yeah, I'm giving Calafiori and Marino more time because I can't judge them in 10 games. But I did look at Fabio Vieira in the same light and go, he ain't good enough. And unfortunately for me, Marino, at the moment, I'm getting vibes that he ain't good enough. But maybe, just maybe, things will look better when we've got our first 11s out there together. Trossard. Time to be dropped, son. Time to be dropped. Stinker of a performance again. Poor on the ball, terrible passing. And if I'm honest with you, I've seen enough now to believe that Ethan Nwaneri is the guy that we should be putting in this side. And he should be playing ahead of him. He's not going to now, by the way, because Erdegaard's back, which we'll come on to in a minute. But for me, Trossard has really let himself down in the last few. Doing silly celebrations when he comes on against Villa at Villa Park, and I should be starting. Look at me. Ever since that celebration, he now looks like an absolute twerp, doesn't he? Because he ain't done nothing since he's come on. Not good enough. Not good enough. A couple of people have said, send me the link. I'm not doing a show with people on tonight. That's going to come another time. I haven't got time. I'm doing this fan cam, and then that's me until tomorrow. So, look, I'm in a scenario right now where I don't really believe Mikel Arteta has used this opportunity with Ethan very well. We saw him come on, drops the shoulder, has a shot. Brilliant. Someone doing something positive. Someone doing something different, original. When he came on, he drops the shoulder. Yeah, the shot went over, but you know what? I didn't care. Everybody would have loved that to go in, by the way. But wow, when you're getting excited by that, it means it's been a poor game. The game was poor. It didn't have an amazing amount of quality in it. 0-0 would have been a fair result. The penalty was a penalty. Unfortunately, apparently it's letter of the law, so you give it and you go from there. But my goodness, we had nothing in in front of goal. Then we come to Havertz. He starts as a number 9. He drops in and out, in and off the ball, in and out of possession. He seems to drop deep, then go up, drop deep, go up. We need him just to stay up top as the focal point, because what happens at half-time, he brings off Marino for Gabriel Jesus, puts Jesus as the 9. Havertz is now in midfield again. Why does this manager have an obsession with playing Kai Havertz as an attacking 8 when every single game we have dipped with him there? We played him there against Villa and we lost. There against Bayern and we lost. There against tonight Inter Milan and we lost. There against Porto and we lost. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing it? I don't get any of it. We seem to be playing this guy and then dropping him into the midfield and expecting him to do what exactly? Flick it on? Link it up? Now, this isn't a Kai Havertz slander, because I know there's a few people that don't like him, and obviously my mum's not a fan of him. And I've not argued with my mum, but I've said to her, like, look, I can see what you mean, but we definitely need something else. But I believe he's a good contributor to the squad. But his last few performances have been very poor. And the manager's to blame just as much for that, by the way, for asking him to drop deep. What's he going to do? We need the guy in the box causing a nuisance. Saka, can you cross it? 0-2. Well, it should really be Havertz, but he's playing in the midfield. We'll tell him to get up there then. What are we crossing it to Jesus' head for? Let's be real, Jesus wasn't even in there. There was absolutely nobody in the box half the time. It was just being cleared by the Inter Milan defenders. Not good enough, man. Not good enough. So how many times are we going to have to sit there and watch this absolute crud before someone actually says, do we need a striker? No, we don't need a striker. We scored 91 goals, most goals ever, blah, blah, blah. Brilliant. Cool. Did we do that? No. Oh, I thought that was what it was about. So what, we just don't ever buy a striker now because once we scored 91 goals, we didn't win us a trophy? Come on, man. Potts, what's happened to Trossard? Someone's asked. Don't know. Dropping stinkers. Martinelli was better tonight, but he's been dropping stinkers. Let's be real, most of the side have been dropping stinkers. Declan Rice hasn't been outstanding for the last few games. And when he was out tonight, I felt like, yeah, we've missed him. But have we? What would he have done tonight? Would he have driven us forward? I don't know. Maybe it's good that he gets a little bit of a rest because he's played too much football as well, by the way. Our squad is 22 man deep. It's got 6 injury-prone players in it. And the 4 players that don't normally get injured in Ben White, Declan Rice, Saka and Ødegaard have all got injured on top of the 6 players. So that means we've had about 12 players this season to pick from. That's why Ethan's getting a chance on the bench. That's why Lewis Skelly's getting a chance on the bench. That's why a 16-year-old that's going goal. That's why Heaven and Maldini got game minutes, because they need to give us all a rest, because we've only got 10 to 12 to 15 players. Time to change on Sunday. Mix it up a bit. Try something a little bit different. Let me remind you of where we were in 2016. We were going up a league title against Leicester, and everybody said, we need a striker. The striker we had at the time was Olivier Giroud. Very, very similar attributes to Kai Havertz in terms of his hold-up play, man mounting of a man, link-up play, physical presence, could score from a header, could score in the near post. Going through one-on-one, no blood, rush of blood to the head and misses, a little bit like Kai Havertz, but very, very similar. Everybody said we needed a striker. That was 8 years ago. Wind forward 8 years, we still haven't got a striker. We got Kai Havertz and everyone wants a new striker. So what's changed in that 8 years, by the way? Because the last number 9 we bought, as I said earlier, was Aubameyang. We haven't bought a number 9 since then. We bought Jesus, who isn't a 9 and now plays on the wing or dropping deep or comes on for a few minutes. We bought Sterling, Willian and Trossard as attackers that aren't number 9s. And we bought 65 million Kai Havertz, who was our attacking 8 that most of the time plays there. When he does go 9, he drops deep or goes on the right-hand side to hold Saka's hand. So where the hell is the Aubameyang replacement? Who scored 30 goals every year, by the way. 20 of those were round 20, normally come in the Premier League. So where's our striker? Sorry, has to be said. Where is our striker? Oh, this bloke's just moaning. Can't do anything about it now. No, I didn't say doing something about it now. I said do something about it in the summer, and everyone told me to just be quiet and get on with Sterling, who, as I say, is not wanted by Mikel Arteta anymore. Surprise. This guy was an absolute bad signing. This guy has not done anything against Bolton or Preston. So why did we get him? Now, people will be blaming the referee tonight, I'm sure. Oh, the ref give a penalty away. It's actually not the referee, it's actually the law. So if you don't like the penalty that was given, then have a go at the law, not the ref, because the ref's done his job. That's the way I see it. Stupid. I tweeted about it saying how ridiculous it was. Not the ref's crap and he's ruined the game for us. We've been robbed. We're fuming because we've been robbed all the time. We've been robbed. The fan base are a joke, man. They're absolute crybabies. They really are. Just get on with it and look at what's in front of you. Open your eyes and realize that there is a problem up top in the final third. Erdegaard, come on. To be fair, I was happy. I just needed to see something that would give me a little bit of a lift. When Waneri come on and we had Erdegaard on, I thought maybe we could look at doing something now with Partey in the 6, Ethan and Erdegaard as kind of 2 attacking 8s, or however way you want to look at it. Wasn't really enough time, obviously, to judge it. But the minute Ethan dropped his shoulder, looked up and shot, it lifted me up. I thought, wow, something. We need to see more of that, man. We need to see more of that. Couple of super chats to bring in. It's obviously from Suj, who's my absolute guy. Big up down in the community. Hit the like and the subscribe. Make sure you do that, people. Got almost 900 of you in here. So please make sure you do me a favor. Make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to the channel as well. There's over 900 of you. We're not even hit 200 likes. So let's get that up to 450 likes. That's 50% of the people that are watching. All you got to do is come out of the live chat by clicking cross, hit like, subscribe, and then go straight back into the live chat. If you do all that now, it take you 2 seconds. We'll fly up to 400. Let's keep it going. I'll tell you what, let's play a game. Like the stream if you think we need a striker. That's a good game. Hit a like and subscribe if you think we need a striker. Let's see our likes and subscribes go up. I bet they do because people aren't deluded in here. They know for a fact. Hit the like button if you think we need a striker. It's shot right up to over 200. Keep going. Let's get up to 400, please. If it's 400, it means we clearly do need Victor Gyökeres, which we'll come on to in a minute. Yeah? 220, 230. Keep it going up. Hit the like and subscribe. There we go. See, people are listening. We need a striker. Keep going, people. Hit the like and the subscribe button. Thank you so much. Big up to you. And big up to Suj as well, by the way. This is also from Suj, who says, whilst I appreciate the effort Arteta has done in 5 years, he's now been shown out of his lack of experience and tactical in-game knowledge. There's no difference between Ten Hag and Arteta now. Do you know what's mad? There is a difference between Arteta and Ten Hag. Trophies. Ten Hag somehow has them, and we don't. 5 years in, £700 million, nothing up top, crossing the balls into boxes. It's bad. Now, look, it's always worse when you lose. I get that. I'm not silly. 2 losses is not great. Draws against Liverpool, Brighton and City already ain't great. A loss at Bournemouth ain't great. But you know what? We turn it around against Chelsea and Brighton beat City and Liverpool draw or lose to Villa. Everyone will be back again. So I suppose we need to go game by game now. But my goodness, there is no way we're winning anything playing like this, people. No way we're winning anything playing like this. I'm sick of it. And I've been saying for quite some time now that I was not sure, that I was convinced with this manager. And a lot of people said to me that I was out of order, a disgrace of a fan. How can you not see what this guy is doing, Dan? Oh, I can see what he's doing to get us challenging, but did we not sack a manager because he could only get us challenging and not cross the line? Why did we march down on a parade to get Wenger out and then say, give this guy at least 7 or 8 years because, well, he's Pep's guy? Don't work like that for me. Don't work like that for me. So, look, Mikel Arteta right now is under severe pressure, but not by the Cronkies. Not by the Cronkies, because the Cronkies are happy with him. He's their guy. He's their man. He's their breadwin. He's going to be there given a new contract. He's going to sign it. He's going to be happy for another 5-6 years. We are stuck with this manager and this board and this ownership for at least another 5 years until the fans make noise about it. So if you're really unhappy about it, then do something about it. Because unfortunately, the ownership get away with murder with this fan base because they spend a bit of dosh. Nowhere near enough, by the way. Yeah, nowhere near enough. Every single window left short. We've spent a lot of money, but look at where we actually are. We're in a position at the moment when 8, 9 years ago, when Arsene Wenger was here, we had players like Mustafi and Kolasinac stuck on contracts, grounded here that no one could get rid of. Ozil having to get rid of them wages. Aubameyang's going away for free. All of these guys that we were cloning. Now, We've got to try and get rid of some of these people. Zinchenko's got to go, but he's on 175 grand a week. Jesus has got to go, but he's on 265 grand a week. Thomas Partey, yeah, we might have to give him a new contract because he's on £280,000 a week or whatever the hell it is. You've got players like Tomiyasu, who no one's going to want but needs to go, but he's on a ridiculous wage. Kieran Tierney's still on 180 grand a week or something mad like that, and he's don't even play. We're paying Sterling 150k and he's already given up on him. This is sounding very similar to what was happening at Arsene Wenger's reign, that we all wanted booted out. Makes you wonder, don't it? Was it the ownership? Was it the board? Was it Wenger? Is it Arteta? The common denominator is one thing, the ownership. And unfortunately, this project, process, phase is failure. And it is failing. You can't tell me that this process has been a success. It's not been a success. Because success in this sport means you're lifting something. It's not like being overweight, going to the gym and losing a stone and go, success. No, you want to wait till you get to your ultimate weight. There's an end, yeah? If your job is to lose a stone, success. But your job is to body transform, right? And that's what Arsenal needed, was to transform to a winning side. And we ain't winning. And you know what? We ain't playing well enough to win. This at the moment is a top 4 race. And this at the moment is a top 4 squad. No one tell me we're good enough to go waltz this league. No one tell me that the Champions League rivals around us in this new format of the league are going, oh, Arsenal. They're laughing at us, going, 12th. Whatever it is we are. I think we're 12th now, by the way. Something like that. Absolute crazy. I want to bring up someone in the chat, man. I want to bring up someone who's definitely kept it real throughout the whole time. My good friend, Hoggy. Gunnar Russ. Russ, I'm fed up. I ain't watching any away games no more till we change our direction. Someone please buy this club from these clueless morons. It's time for them to piss off. And some people might look at that and say it's hilarious and it's funny. A lot of rival fans, fair play, you probably will think it's funny. But a lot of Arsenal fans might go, that's over the top. But why is it over the top? Why is it over the top? If I said to you, you're a football club that's winning, we're going to knock your stadium down, go into a nice massive one, and we ain't going to win for 21 years, would you go, yeah, God, that sounds like a good process? Who's the owners? Mr. Kroenke. Oh, great stuff. How much are we going to spend? Oh, we'll spend loads. You'll have all the merchandise in the world. You'll have 14 kits a year to buy from. Yeah? You'll be able to go in there and as many tours as you want. You can go and spend £8 on a beer every game if you want. Just one beer, £8 each. But go and have it taste like Dettol, but go and drink it if you want. Would you be thinking, sound like bloody good owners to me? No, you wouldn't. So why do we stick up and protect these ownerships so much? When things are going bad, they are the people in charge, right? So you go to the head. You go to the head. And you say, that guy you put in charge, do you still think he's right? Because he ain't looking too good at the moment. That guy that you put in charge of the sporting director, he's gone to Forest? Like, what's happening here then? Does he not believe in the process? This is their project. Silent Stan, by the way, who is a disgrace, has given it to his son. Well, I'd like to see him at a few games. I'd like to hear from him. Don't hear from these owners. They're silent. All of them. I'd like to hear from him. How do you think it's going, Josh? Oh, we believe in Mikel. We're trusting the process. No. Process is done. The process is ended, my bruv. This is time to win. We've got a dog called it. That's all we've got so far. £700 million spent in a 5-year period. Arsene Wenger did not spend that in 22 years, people. In 22 years, he did not spend 700 million. This manager has spent it in 5. And we're looking like Wenger ball back in the day when we were handing him out. In fact, you can roll back to 5 years because it was pretty similar to what we're playing now. 5 years in, and we're whacking the ball up like David Moyes to absolutely nobody in the box. Because our striker, who's playing at a 9 at the moment, has been told to drop deep. To do what exactly? Poor. Absolute poor. Mons, big up, my bro. Only our strikers pick up the ball from centre-backs. Even with Gyökeres, Arteta would probably tell him to drop and play 8. This is my problem. I've titled this, Where is Our Striker? Perhaps Arteta don't want one. Maybe he thinks he can win the league without one. Do you know what? Good luck. Good luck. Because I cannot be dealing, with the amount of people telling me that we don't need a centre forward when everybody in the world can see with their own eyes that they don't. And because you think the manager don't want one, there's a lot of fans going, go against Mikel. He knows best. Look at what he's won. Remember when people used to say, trust in Arsene, look at what he's won, look at his CV, look at his career. You could kind of get behind it, right? Because he had 22 years at this club and it was, I win. Now, in the last 10 years of it, it weren't great. But you know what he did? He delivered 1, 2, 3, 4 FA Cups. In the last 10 years of his reign at the club, he brought in 4 trophies. This guy's 5 years in and he won with a squad that was told by everybody that it was toxic and had to be gutted to get rid of. Now, correct, I wanted it gone. I hated that squad. But how can you win with that crap one and then put one together, assembled 700 million and not win anything with it? We are going backwards. And right now, people are saying, wait till we get our players back. They're back. Spoiler alert, everyone's fit, apart from Calafiori and Tomiyasu. They're the only 2 that are out. Unless you want to count Kieran Tierney, who everyone says is rubbish and should be back at Celtic, which he will be going there, by the way. He will be back at Celtic in January. And he will probably go there and terminate his contract and just play there again. Right? And I'd let him. Good luck to him, because I like him. Calafiori, not serious. Tomiyasu, not serious. After the international break, everyone's back fit. What the hell's the excuse now? Everybody's fit in this squad and we're lumping the ball in the box. Now, I've got nothing wrong with lumping the ball in the box at the time. In the 90th minute, that's exactly what I want to be seeing. But let's just be real. Remain consistent throughout. Because that's what I've done. When people have said, oh, Arteta, you must be Arteta in now, Dan. Please tell me you are. Not yet, because he ain't done that. Do that. Put me in the mud. Put me and the people that don't believe that this guy can get us across the line in the mud. Shut us up. Because I ain't shutting up until we win something, mate. That's why I'm on this channel. Telling people how I feel. If you don't want it, watch it. Go. Coronation Street's probably on a rerun right now. Go watch that. But don't have a go at people like me who are trying to strive to be the best and have the best football club in the world, because this is a beautiful football club. And unfortunately, it's being gutted by ownership that don't give an absolute damn about winning. The lack of ambition is scary. That window shut, it told me everything I need to know about the Cronkies. Think you can make do with just buying someone on loan? Not really. Well, might have to be Raheem, I think. Anyway, I'm off to win with the Nuggets. That's what they're like, mate. Tell you, absolute scumbags. Where are we? Cliff. It says, mate, I've stayed consistent. Big up, you always have. I told everyone there'll be no humble pie for me until Mikel Arteta wins a trophy. Humble pie is still in the freezer, mate. Do you know what? Humble pie. I remember talking about this. Actually, it got me quite viral and famous in the YouTube world as a laugh. Everyone thought they'd click me up and tell me, oh my God, Dan's going to eat humble pie because we're going to get top 4. Top 4. I remember sitting there with Turkish saying, me and you might have to eat some humble pie if we get in this top 4. And everyone thought I was being serious. Top 4. No. Hang on a minute. We would need to be doing that with the Premier League or the Champions League before I'm eating humble pie. What's happening here? I admitted I got something wrong. One thing I got wrong was I didn't believe this manager could get us back challenging again that quickly. And he did. Fair play to him. If the process was get us back challenging again, the process is done. He can go and we get someone to get us across the line. But if the process is that Mikel Arteta is going to win us everything, then I ain't eating any humble pie, because we're miles away from winning stuff and being competitive. We're miles away from that. Nobody takes Arsenal serious in the Champions League, by the way. Nobody says, oh, I want to play Arsenal. But they don't sit there and go, oh, I don't fancy playing them. They look unbeatable at the moment. Everyone fancies their chances. And do you know why? Let me tell you why. Mikel Arteta's record in Europe is nothing short of abysmal. He has lost to Olympiacos in the Europa League. He had a season out of it because he couldn't qualify for it the next year because he was so bad. Then he went up against Villarreal against Unai Emery. Does anyone know who that is? The guy we sacked. And he got schooled home and away, and we went out. Then we went out after losing Saliba and Tomiyasu in the same game to Sporting Lisbon, to a manager called Ruben Amorim. Anybody know who that is? Yeah, the guy who beat Pep last night and the guy who's now the Manchester United manager. And then we come up against teams in the Champions League when we finally get back into it and we lose to Porto away. Yeah, we went through on penalties. Bayern Munich, we ain't got the mentality to do it. We just haven't. We aren't able to. So, look, I absolutely want to see us go in for every single competition. But we do not have the squad for it. 22-man squad. 22. To play a few more Champions League games, potentially a few more Champions League games on top of that if we don't get in this top 8, which I don't think we're going to do now, people. I must say this. You cannot, out of 4, lose 2 of them. They reckon you've got to get between 16 and 18 points. That means we're going to have to win all of our games now to get 19 points. Is that right? Yeah. Win all of our games, we get 19, we'll go through in the top 8. Are we going to beat Sporting Lisbon away? I don't think so. Are we going to beat Girona away? We should do. I hope we really do. And then there's someone else we've got away as well, which I can't remember his drop for the life of me now. I can't remember now for the life of me who we got away. Someone tell me. Oh, no, that is it, isn't it? We've got 4 more. We've got 2 away, Girona and Sporting, and then the other 2 at home at Monaco and Zagreb. We've got to win all 4. We absolutely have to win all 4. Are we going to? I don't know if we will, people. Now, how are we doing on likes? Get the likes up, people. We need the likes up big time. Make sure you've liked and subscribed. There's a poll to give you a little reminder, a little gentle reminder that you need to hit the like and the subscribe button. So please make sure that you do that. With 921 people in here exactly, make sure you hit the likes. We've got 359 likes. We need to get that up to 450 at the very bare minimum. Hit the like, hit subscribe. 2 buttons that are free. No subscription fees. It's free content. Hit like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when we are on. It's gone up to 377. Let's get that up to 450, people. Come on. I don't like begging for likes, especially on a night like this where we've got terrible results coming in. But look, we've got to get there. Anyone wants a Christmas gift? Manscaped.com, FTM20. Go and use the code, 20% off. Your dad, your uncle, your brother, your father, whoever it is you want to buy a present for. Maybe you want to treat yourself. FTM20, FTM20, and you will get 20% off. Manscaped.com. Show them some love, people. Well, lastly, I want to end on this. Where does this leave us for Sunday? Make some changes. I do not want to see Trossard playing. I would like to see either Wanyeri or, if he's fit, Ødegaard playing in that 10. I think it will be Ødegaard. I would like to see Martinelli continue on that left. I would like to see, of course, Saka on the right. And I do think we have to remain with Havertz up top because we ain't got Jesus or Sterling that are going to get ahead of him, right? Wanyeri isn't a striker. In midfield, Declan Rice needs to come back into the mix. And unfortunately, as much as I don't believe he's an 8, I think he has to play in the 8 here with Partey. Let's get Partey, Rice and Ødegaard playing. Let's see what that looks like. And then we keep the same back 4 as tonight because, let's be real, it pretty much kept a clean sheet tonight in open play, right? Against the side that's decent. Yeah, we got the penalty. We didn't keep a clean sheet, but you get what I'm saying. So for me, I have to look at it. I honestly believe we've got a good side. But I don't think we're being managed very well. And it's so much mix and match at the moment. I need to see him stick with something. Stick with something. And in January, which, let's be real, people, ain't that far away, I want to see Victor. Gyökeres, £84 million release clause. Pull the plug and do it. And I want Mikel to be going up to Stan Josh Kroenke and using Edu leaving as an excuse, saying, look, he's gone. I need a striker. What do you want me to do? Give me the money and I'll go and get it done. Because that's what's needed now. Yeah? Victor Gyökeres is looking around going, people want me. I'm banging in goals. My manager's off to United. There's no future for me here. I need to get out of here. And trust me, Manchester City Liverpool, Manchester United, and Chelsea will all be after this guy. It needs to be Arsenal that get him. £84 million. 10 league goals, 16 goals. 10 league games, 16 goals. I'll say it again properly. 4 goals the other night in the cup that they played in. Goals for Sweden as well, by the way. Now in the Champions League, he scored 5 goals in just 3 games. I need to see this guy wearing the number 14 shirt at my club. Bring him in. Bring him in January. No excuses. None of this, we ain't got money. None of this PSR. None of this FFP. Go and get this guy. And if we can't, I want players removed off of this wage bill so we can afford this guy. If you have to terminate Kieran Tierney, if you have to terminate Tomiyasu, if you have to terminate Gabriel Jesus, go and do it, because I don't want them players that are injured at my club. I want players that are durable. And this guy has hardly ever been injured in the whole of his career at the age of 26. At Coventry, I liked him. Linked with Wolves, I thought good signing. Went to Sporting, thought wow. And absolutely tore it up. 58 goals and assists in just 50 games. Bring him to my club. He's on fire, he's on form, and he's killing it in the Champions League now. Oh, we got it a Farmers League. It's only tap-ins and penalties. That's all I keep hearing. Well, what's our number 9 doing? We haven't bloody got one at the moment. Go and get him. Do it. If we can't get him, go get Marmoush from Frankfurt. Because we ain't getting Isak in the January one. One of those two need to come in. And if that don't happen, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. But I don't see us winning anything. Not with Kai Havertz alone up top. We need more than that. I need to see a response on Sunday. Anything but a win, and I'm waving the white flag for the title. Not for a trophy, for the title. And that white flag has got writing on it, which says we need a miracle. Win on Sunday, Mikel, and bounce back. Like, subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow, people. Big up to all of you for your comments, super chats, and interactions. I'm out of here. Sleep well. Peace.